So, guys, remember this was a little over a year ago. You guys came to visit Kate and I, and we didn't really have anywhere to stay, so we set up a little room down at the bank for you guys to spend the night in. And then Lily stayed with us in the next room. And while you guys were there, the next day you told me about an interesting experience that happened to you that night. So I'd like you to tell me in your own words just what happened down at the bank that night.
Okay, so we had come down and visited you guys, and we'd stayed up pretty late talking, so I think we all got to bed around 11 o'clock, and Ryan fell right to sleep like normal, and I was laying in bed, and after about an hour or so laying there, I started hearing noises upstairs, and it sounded like footsteps. And at first, I thought it was Lily, our 8-year-old at the time. And I was like, is she out of bed running around? Because it sounded like little kid footsteps. And then I thought to myself, no, obviously that's not right, because Lily would be way too scared to run upstairs in the dark.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that she would go up there. I know it wasn't her.
So anyways, after a while, I was definitely sure that there was footsteps upstairs that I was hearing, and so I rolled over and I woke Ryan up, and I was like,
Would you say
I was like,
2 in the morning? 3 in the morning? It was in the middle of night.
I think it was like 1.
We had already fell asleep and woke up because of this, so it
Yeah.
was late. It was dark, and it was distinct. Small footsteps. You know,
Small footsteps, you mean little people footsteps?
small, quick
Like a
steps.
kid,
Quick
like-
steps. That's the thing that's freaky about it.
It would also, so the weirdest thing was that it would run back and forth between 2 rooms. We could hear, like, we're in the back of the bank, and
There's
it
a
was
huge space up there.
yeah, it would run back and forth between 2 rooms, and it would kind of go fast, like quickly back and forth between 2 rooms, and then it would just all of a sudden jump like a couple times, right over our heads. Like all of a sudden you'd be like da 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 da, and then it would just be like dun 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 dun
I'd say
over us.
It was one kid.
Yeah, that's what I.
This wasn't a couple kids
It
upstairs
sounded like
playing
the same
tag.
here, the same like
What were they
weight
looking
and
for?
everything. And it sounded like an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old.
Did you hear any voices? Or
No.
No.
any
Just footsteps.
giggling or anything?
No,
There's
thank
a lot
God.
of activity, man. They were up there having a ball.
But the next thing, the weirdest thing, and like you couldn't hear any footsteps in between. You would go from full blown running, back and forth, all over, and then there was no like footsteps anywhere else. All of a sudden, it would just like be jumping someplace, or like jumping over there, or jumping over here. And so I woke Ryan up. I was like, "Is that in our bank?" Like, and he didn't go upstairs and check. 'Cause-
Ryan, you're 6'6",
I guess
dude.
I didn't. You're right.
but then the next day,
I was just trying to make sense of it, honestly.
we were like, well, maybe it's just like, maybe it's Dad or somebody else upstairs. Where we're like, it sounds like a kid. And so Ryan went upstairs, and I laid down in the bedroom, and he walked around, and it was definitely right above our bed, and then over in the other 2 rooms. And so that's where it was when he walked around.
So you could hear.
But you could hear that
But
he was a
this
man.
was the next day. This wasn't.
Oh,
the
yeah, this is the next day. He went up the next day. But you
Okay.
could hear it was, he was a man, he was heavier and everything like that.
You could tell the difference in
Yeah.
It was
weight.
distinct.
So after hearing this, you guys just rolled over and went back to sleep?
I stayed up for a long time.
How long do you think it lasted?
It lasted until I fell asleep, but I was up. I woke up Ryan, and he stayed up for probably like 30 or 40 minutes with me, and then he fell
I
asleep.
was just there to confirm.
It went on for
She was
30 to 40 minutes?
Oh, longer than that.
It was a while. It was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was seriously happening. So.
Well, and I remember the next day when you guys told me, I was like, why didn't you get me up? We would have gone up and chased him. Like, I have a feeling if you'd have got me up that night, it'd been no frickin' way.
No.
So,
Little ghost girl.
what's your takeaway from that experience? You've had a year to think about it.
It happened, man. The logic is there's a kid running around upstairs in the dark in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
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 Ghosted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.